Team Liquid against Team Vitality. Best of 7. Winner will have everything in their hands in the grand finals. But before then, they've got to do the work.
Hello, it's been a while since I've spoken to you all, but I am back, and this time I'm dropping the EU lot. I'm bored of those guys. They mean nothing to me. The man I want next to me right now for this bang-in match is going to be Subi. Hello, Subi. How are you, mate?
Well, good morning. I'm doing great, and very quickly before this gets started, happy Mother's Day to everyone that's celebrating around the country. Or around the world, rather. I know there's some moms supporting players here, so big day for the players, big day for the moms. And Cole, I appreciate you for always choosing me over the EU lads.
Always. That will never change, Subi. I promise you that much. This is going to be a fast-paced, fascinating, just brilliant game of Rocket League. There's not too much more you could ask for. The amount of goals these teams have scored, the amount of joy they've already brought us in the style of finishes they've had, this one surely, Subi, is going to live up to top billing.
You know, I was thinking about this matchup yesterday when we saw which teams we were going to be casting today, and this really has the feelings of a series that's going to have defense where it's optional. It just seems like it's going to be offensively heavy, and now that, of course, that I've said that, it's going to be 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. We're going to get the perfect sweep here, but no, it's going to be just highlight reel goal after highlight reel goal as Zen forced into a tough spot. Great cleanup on that back wall. And surprisingly, Team Liquid, no one picked them, Cole. Can you kind of dive into that, why you think Team Vitality is so heavily favored here?
I feel like it's just the storyline that this is Vitality's to lose. It's by no means a blast on Team Liquid. As I mentioned in the desk, they are the reigning champions. They have players like a Chronic who can put that one into the back of the net. But Vitality just has something about them at the moment that makes it seem like this is theirs to lose. Anyone can change that, though. It is Team Liquid coming off the back of a reverse sweep. Beautiful reverse sweep yesterday against Moist Esports. And Alpha's flip resetting it towards Redosin. Oski's on the backboard. And Oski sends it forward. One thing Team Liquid have avoided is starting off as poorly as they did yesterday against Moist.
Absolutely. Way to not put themselves in a hole, and it really feels like Team Liquid has been in the driver's seat as far as offensive production goes. Ooh. This is going to be an awkward one, and Alpha going to push that one in for Team Vitality. He's leading so far in the spring split for goals per game. Puts another one on the board.
Just getting involved in every single way as Alpha 54, and it was Redosin that managed to squeeze that assist through for him. And I think what we've seen in the opening couple of minutes is what I expected from this one. Team Liquid, I imagine, will have the bulk of the play. They'll be fast, and they'll keep the ball on the orange half for the majority of it. And Vitality will adopt a similar play style they had yesterday against Carmine Corp, because Zato makes that one look a little bit awkward, of just counter-attacking, because they do it devastatingly.
They really do. They make sure to make every opportunity count. And honestly, they're playing great defense. They haven't allowed too many crazy shots as Zen gets the flip reset. Zen gets a goal. Team Vitality firing on all cylinders.
You can't give the new man that much time or space. Oski had to dodge Alpha. Zen did the rest. His first goal in a Rocket League Championship Series Championship Sunday for the young Frenchman. I'm sure it won't be his last, Subi. And that's just a little taste of what we can expect from Zen in this matchup and maybe later on in this tournament as well. Redosin's just picked Liquid to the ball. I said they didn't throw at the start. All of a sudden, it is 3-0.
A little bit of miscommunication here on the kickoff. There's no one there to cheat up. And it's just a wide open shot for Redosin. No one covering the back line. Just a complete breakdown for defense from Team Liquid. But still, plenty of time to work with, but they've got to do something. They've got to come out with an answer. They've got to show that they've got that confidence behind them.
Team Vitality, of course, an ancient org in Rocket League. They've been here for so many seasons and been right at the top of the scene for so many of those seasons. That one just goes above the goal. But right now, they are toying with Team Liquid, who cannot deal with their attack.
It just seems like Team Vitality can do no wrong, and that's a tough one from Atau, as that ball goes right off the crossbar, back towards Central. Finished off by Redosin, gets a second one, and we're only halfway into game number 1.
Vitality, once more living up to their hype as Zen beats Oski to the ball. At the moment, Team Liquid can't even get a touch on it. All the Chronic can do is just send it towards Redosin. Every clearance they're making is only going as far as an ominous-looking yellow car. Zen from the side, he wants to get that tight redirect, almost there. The thing about Zen is even when he misses, he gets so close. You know, he's going for perfection, never going for the safe touch.
Well, and it garners so much respect from the defense, and they kind of expect that shot is going to come through. So it either plants the defense. Ooh, nice little flip reset here from a Chronic. Way to read the defense and utilize that flip. It's perfect timing.
There we go, a Chronic, the more experienced player in his team, just settles the nerves, hopefully, of the Team Liquid players, reminding them that they are more than capable of breaking through Team Liquid's defense themselves. Scored so many goals yesterday, of course. All of them did. Everyone involved. But Atto, the man who just took that, I was going to say goal kick. That's not a thing in Rocket League. Who took that kickoff. He was in the... Well, that would be certainly a thing. I think it would be a little bit frustrating if every time the ball went behind the goal, you had to reset for a goal kick.
That would be a bummer. Or a corner. Yeah, it'd be a little awkward. But surprisingly enough, so far... Oh, nice defense there from Alpha 54 as Oski was hunting for a goal. But you bring up the great striking from a Chronic, but it's surprising because yesterday and Friday, it was all Oski, all Atto, with a little bit of a Chronic sprinkled in there. He's really got to make his play known and his presence felt on the field today.
Yeah, that's the only when Team Liquid play their best, when a Chronic is introduced as 33% of the team, as opposed to having to defend when Atto and Oski are just doing their thing up top. So he needs to make sure that he's pushing his way forward, not letting himself fall for that trap. Even in this matchup where maybe they will struggle for boost, maybe they will struggle for territory. As Vitality are playing further and further forward, the third man being more aggressive as time goes on. Zen's going to catch that one. I think he's got some boost to play with. He gets almost past Oski. Should just be a 50-50 challenge against the Chronic. Manages to break through. Radosin can't quite put it away, but Alpha can. Once again, Subi, all three Vitality players involved.
Zen got bumped initially by Oski, followed through on that to get the crucial extra touch to push that ball downfield. Everyone getting involved in this play from Team Vitality. 12 shots on the board, 5 goals up top, and it is just piling on for Team Vitality.
You can't help but think that these games will become closer. It's not going to be a Vitality blowout for 4 games. That's pretty much impossible, you would expect, against Team Liquid, but starting off this well is a huge advantage, mentally speaking, as much as anything else, and Team Liquid is starting to chuck it in a few double commits. This game's long since gone, so it's just about looking at them, looking at how they're set up, and looking at the mistakes that they're making. Radosin gets pretty much a freebie to make it 6.
Nice little hat trick in game number 1 to build that confidence. I mean, it's one thing to have the expectations of the fan vote, the entire desk picking you, but then when you come out in game number 1, you go, you know what, maybe they were onto something. Maybe we are that much better.
Perhaps. From what we've seen so far, the evidence of this one is saying that was true. I mean, on the desk we were saying, sure, we've all gone for Vitality, but it's not that one-sided. Well, the evidence of game 1, as they almost make it 7, is that it is indeed that one-sided. Everyone who has believed in this new look Team Vitality is being proven right over and over again. But Subi, the series is still so very, very young.
It is very young, but you know what would not surprise me? Seeing a timeout from Team Liquid here if it were to happen. I know it's not going to, but you got to get back into your own mentality. You've got to calm down. You've got to realize it's a long series. Game 1, yeah, you got blown out, but what are you going to do to change this pace of play? Because the first minute or so, it really felt like it was all Team Liquid. The offense was there. They were pressing the issue. It felt like they had midfield control. The boost was all theirs. And then just at the switch of a flip of a switch, it just changed. It just all Team Vitality. And Liquid had no answer. They couldn't push the ball downfield. They couldn't stop the shots. So they've got to figure out something, whether it's the timing, spacing, speed of play. They've got to change something up because right now, Team Vitality is just looking monstrous.
Yeah, the switch of a flip, the button of a press, whatever it is, Vitality seems to suddenly click and then devastate any opposition. I'm actually curious. I'm curious how many tactical timeouts there have been after one game, if it's ever been done. Because I can sort of agree with you. That seemed like an instance of playstyle not working for Team Liquid after they went behind. Until they did go behind, they were looking absolutely fine. We said the same thing against Carmine Corp yesterday. We were saying, oh, they're on top in this game. Oh, they've had more chances, more opportunities. Then Vitality score, and suddenly they score a boatload more.
Yeah, it would be interesting to know that, and I would not be surprised if there has never been one, because you only get one, and you want to hold on to it until you are absolutely certain you want to take it. But in a moment like that, as a coach, I think it's so important to ground your team and make them realize, okay, like they know it's a best of 7, but make sure that they are aware it's a best of 7 is then denied on that one. A very important defensive demo from Atao there to slow down the offense of Team Vitality, and the aggression might be the answer Team Liquid's looking for.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly seem to have slowed things down somewhat, Team Liquid, allowing Vitality onto them a little bit sooner from the start to try and get them to come onto their half so they have some space to attack into. Vitality can punish that too. Zen's got a couple of touches. Iconic meets him in the air. Alpha wanted that ball, but was bumped out the way. And now Oski and Atto are racing each other again for the ball. Which leaves Oski a little bit out of position. Does he go for the half rotation here? He doesn't. Just gets himself out of there. So those were the moments, I think, where Team Liquid got a little bit itchy in the first game. Took them too far out of position. But if they take it slow and steady, Atto will eventually get chances.
Atao puts on his rock climbing gear here, gets above the ball, and slams it perfectly down. Almost a 90-degree angle to tuck that underneath the crossbar. And Team Liquid on top early here in game number 2.
Exactly what they needed. Exactly the start they would have been dreaming of. Oski might be able to double it up here with the flip reset. It's closed down by Alpha, not just getting involved in the goals for his team, blocking them down the other end. Good play from him. Oski punts it forward. Alpha's just waiting again, hovering by his own goal. Chronic, now Atto and Zen racing. Who's going to win these challenges? It should be a clean touch for Oski, and it is. And Atto's there. He has a Chronic to his right, but the pass isn't quite correct. Team Liquid, though, have definitely stepped it up a gear or two, Subi.
Yeah, absolutely. They've realized they've got to be the one to bring the aggression, because if they're trying to play on their heels and they're giving Team Vitality space, well, just look at the scoreline from game 1 and you can see why that does not work. Infield pass denied from Atto. And here comes Oski. They've got numbers. Alpha in the corner. Cleans that one up well and gonna slow it down as well to just stop that Team Liquid offense.
Zen's waiting underneath this one, but Atto is gonna make sure he's not involved at all. Can he get the second touch? He does. It's a little bit too heavy. Team Liquid, though, definitely seeming more fluent in this second game. Chronic's going to try and get this redirect towards the goal. Alpha's in a really awkward position, but does so well, again defensively, then takes it away for his team. That is flawless defending from Alpha 54.
Great composure to come out of the goal mouth like that and be able to hit that ball in the perfect position. You said it, just brilliant defensive stand there from Alpha 54 as the offense starting to get going here. As Atto denied by Rados in this ball. Don't want to leave it in the corner for too long. If you're either team, not a good start, as a pause going to be called on the field. Team Liquid want to make sure that all advantages are going to be able to be taken care of there. Don't want to play at a disadvantage, especially against a team like Team Vitality.
Yeah, I can confirm that for whatever reason, Oski got disconnected, so Team Liquid immediately called the tactical timeout, and it does seem that he's back now, which is good, so no harm done. The game, I'm sure, will continue from 1-0. Not sure how long will be remaining. But that's just remaining to be seen. But yeah, Subi, Team Liquid have done everything needed from them in the second game, because the first, you know, even in a best of 7, if you lose like that, if you get smacked about, especially to a team like Vitality, who seem to have fate behind them, it's very easy just to let yourself go slightly on tilt.
It really is. But for Team Vitality, being down 1-0, 2 minutes in the game, it just seems like this is the perfect way to be at a deficit. Yeah, it's a bummer to be down in a game, but with how well Team Liquid has been playing, to only be down 1 really says a lot about the defense. And more importantly, it says a lot about Alpha 54. He's gotten so many important stops. Man, what is going on with my brain today, Cole? What happened?
It's the excitement of the Rocket League, mate. And Alpha is constantly making starts and stops, doing all of it at once with beautiful fluency, is the man. He seems to be taking the role and responsibility of essentially team captain, and it's improving him. It's not dragging him down at all.
Right. I'd love to see it. Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday of, you know, coming into the scene and playing under playing under K-Dop, playing under Fairy Peak. It's just got to be so difficult with all those expectations, and then you come in and you're the guy. You're the one that has to bring these rookies up to speed, and he has just done so brilliantly as Team Liquid get things started right back where they left off. The offense, again, pouring on from Team Liquid. Vitality, through 3.5 minutes, have only been able to find 1 shot so far. Can they find another here? No, Oski denies.
Alpha had to just snake his way around the ball there. He was desperate for it to roll, just at a slightly different angle towards his car. It didn't happen. Instead, he let in Zen. But Team Liquid were alert to the danger. They were aware of what was happening. Radosin does tee up Zen. Can Team Liquid be so again? It's to the backboard this time, but Chronic once more was reading it. Players are starting to understand what Zen's trying and block it nice and early. Radosin just put it above the goal. Zen's coming in. No flashing mechanics needed there. Just a clean strike.
It was just a delay here. Nice pass from Alpha 54, and a Chronic couldn't go. He had to make sure to avoid Radosin flying in. And Zen gonna tie us up. Less than 60 seconds to go here in game number 2.
Who's going to be the next player to step up, the next team to up their game even more? Zen wants to get in the way. Radosin's charging through. He's another one who hasn't stepped back with his new teammate, improving ever more. But there's a lovely play. The infield pass is amazing. A Chronic bullets it home.
I love this. I love the infield pass. Oski, great vision. Gets the musty pass to a Chronic flashing down central and puts it in the upper 90 right over Zen. Have that one, young fella.
Team Liquid well in the habit of proving everybody wrong. I believe it was 70% of chat who felt that Team Vitality were going to take this one. But putting up a fight and then some. Zen almost gets the bump. Well, the all-important bump does get the bump. Oski can slow this one down. Radosin's coming in, but Oski's going to get over the top of him. To's coming in. He wants him to take out Alpha, and he does. And Alpha, unfortunately for himself, also gets in Zen's way. So Team Vitality lose a few more seconds. Team Liquid shave more time off the clock. That one's almost bouncing in. Oski to the ceiling. A Chronic can't get the shot away, but can steal even more precious seconds.
No way. What a pass from a Chronic over to Oski, and 5 seconds to go here. Vitality have to march the full length of the field. Ball sitting at midfield, and that one's going to be killed. And just like that, Team Liquid knocked this series up.
They've hardly had any consistency in this series so far, Team Liquid. The first game was over before they knew it after conceding the first goal. And the second game, Subi, they're playing well, then Oski disconnects. Then they concede against Vitality, and look how they respond.
It's a great response there, but I think it shows Team Liquid that regardless of what's going on the field, they have to play a full 5 minutes. If you take 5 seconds off, that's when Vitality's going to score. It happened at the blink of an eye from Zen off that pass from Radosin. So you've got to make sure that you keep that aggression, you keep the pace of play, you keep them on their heels. You can live if they're getting counterattack goals. That's okay. But you cannot live if they're the ones creating their own offense, pushing you back to your own goal.
Well, after everybody talking about Atto yesterday and his performance, I'm going to file a Chronic and Oski combining under things I love to see, because that's more good news for Team Liquid. All 3 players getting involved, staying warm, being hyped and staying high. And they do not have parity in this series. It could get even better if a Chronic can get this next touch.
Oh, what a pass.
Oski's coming in, can't quite get over Zen. And the perfect touch as well towards Alpha.
Oh my gosh. Rewatch that one, Cole. He's falling from the ceiling, uses his flip at the perfect time because he knows where that ball's going. And Oski launches that one towards net, but Alpha 54 there at the perfect time is a Tau again gonna pass this one forward. The passing plays alive and well from Team Liquid as a Chronic slows that one up, puts it into the corner, and gets demoed for his efforts.
Vitality starting this third game just a little bit better in the first 40 seconds, but Team Liquid always dangerous whenever they do get the ball. Radosin booms that one away. Full boom mode on. Chronic catches it, lovely. He keeps on going, might get this one over the top of Radosin and Zen. I think those two were aware that the second touch was so near yet so far for the Team Liquid man. Zen now charging in. It's Vitality looking slightly better for my money at the moment, but Team Liquid looking dangerous on their counter.
Nice challenge there from the Tau to put that one in, and Zen gets the save. It was perfect placement from a Chronic to go low as he saw the defenders up high, and Oski twisting, twirling, denied by Radosin. And again, it's been Team Liquid controlling midfield, backing down Team Vitality, but here comes Zen. Puts that one up, and Oski again just booms it away.
Yeah, scary when he's freestyling like that, but Team Liquid got their car in the way. Team Vitality, that will go again. Zen is in front of Alpha, trying to return the musty flick favor that they had from the last game and lost them over there on Forbidden Temple. Quite able to. Zen wasn't quite found there by Alpha, but another good attempt, another interesting effort from Team Vitality. All 6 of these players, Subi, have just got every mechanic in their locker. You never know what they're going to attempt.
Yeah, that's what makes this so scary and so fun at the same time to watch, because you never know when those shots can come out. They can create just out of nothing, it seems like, as that's an awkward play for a Chronic. A little ground pinch from Radosin, but this ball just did a full around the world in what seemed like 10 seconds. The pace of play is incredible right now.
Team Liquid doing well to keep their third man nice and far back, so when Vitality do come forwards, they are met by someone. No one's trying to jump straight upwards and hit a ball that's above their head, which is such an awkward, horrible thing to do. And the Vitality can punish you if that does happen. But it tries to get past Zen, but the ball just goes to the ceiling, and that's a lovely push pass there from Atto.
Love it.
Towards Oski. Oski's bypassed Alpha. Is he then going to win the race against Radosin? He is. Zen with the ball directly above his head.
Here
no comes Atto.
Oh, come
He's
on.
gone backwards.
No.
Oh my goodness, Atto was cooking, but it didn't quite come to the boil.
Oh man, I wanted it so bad. I was trying to will it into existence. You could see it developing, and that's what's so fun about Team Liquid ever since they've come onto the scene. The creativity is just so fun to watch as a Chronic goes up, puts that one on, and Oski can't clean it up as Radosin pushes it back towards midfield. He didn't get the full boost, but he's slow to rotate back, but it doesn't matter as he's back in goal now.
Every Liquid attack is looking like it could be the one. Liquid gold is potentially on the way. Oski wants to bump Radosin out the way. Team Vitality just clearing the ball long, launching forwards. Anytime they can get hold of the ball, they do have their way into the blue half. Oski to the side. Zen's going to be up against him. Radosin, the ball goes over his head, and Oski will get this boost as well. So depending on his pinch and his challenge, it could be a little bit dangerous for Team Vitality. Somehow we're still at 0-0. Who's going to break that deadlock, Subi?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the answer. You know, I said defense was gonna... Oh, he almost had the challenge. He's got the shot a little too high. And Team Liquid, they are knocking, but the door just won't quite open as Atto tries to get that one in. And again, denied by Team Vitality. The defense has been incredible.
Alpha can't quite get over the top of Oski as well, and that's what's impressed me about Team Liquid this game. When Vitality have come forward, the aerial challenges from Liquid have been great. A Chronic sends that one in the wrong direction for himself, and Oski's going to have to go again. Overtime is looming, but I don't think any of these players are settling. So we'll have a huge dunk up against Zen now. Chronic lets that one go towards Oski. Is there just one more chance for a pass or one more chance for a double tap?
This is incredible. I'm going to be filing workers' comp after this for whiplash. I mean, my neck is going left and right so fast between both of these teams pushing the play. Demos happening all over the field, infield pass, but no one's there, denied by a Chronic. And less than 5 seconds to go here. Team Vitality trying to steal away game number 1. Radosin is up, gets the reset. Actually, he didn't, and we go into our first OT.
It seems like that's been happening. It's been on its way, the overtime. Even though these teams playing so well on attack, no one's made any mistakes in an offensive sense. It's just been great defending throughout. So though, isn't going to be able to get to that ball. It's only Zen. Alpha has a clean shot. A Chronic saves it for now. Radosin, does he go for the shot? He does. It's saved again by a Chronic. A Chronic at the double. It remains 0-0.
My goodness, what a stop from a Chronic. Both of them as he goes up. Alpha off the ceiling, again denied by a Chronic at the top of the box. Seems like things have flipped on their head as Team Vitality in the driver's seat now. The offense coming forward as Alpha pushes it into the corner, realizes his teammate's not quite there, gonna try and slow things down to maintain possession. And Team Liquid push this ball all the way into the orange half.
It's now just stuck in that Vitality corner until Zen can come away with it. Radosin is clearing a path in front of him. Is Zen even gonna need the help? He may well have done. Couldn't get it past Oski. Now it's Liquid's turn again. A Chronic on the counter. A Chronic's there, but Alpha nips in the way. He knew what was building, didn't want it to happen, and now it's Radosin's turn. One mechanical attempt after another. So much aerial play, still no goals.
Right now it feels like mechanics overpowering everything, but my goodness, the IQ from both teams to deny passing lanes, to deny shots, to know what the play is on the field, just so impressive. Such a high level of Rocket League that we're seeing right now. I mean, you see a 0-0 scoreline, you think it's just a boring game as Alpha pinches this one all the way downfield, well read by a Chronic. But man, this has just been non-stop action from the get-go.
Oski might have a Chronic here if he can find him with the flip reset. He does, but a Chronic didn't quite gamble. I never thought I'd say this, but maybe you could have had a slight pre-jump there, Team Liquid. The Chronic was waiting, seeing if the flip reset would come in. By then, the chance had gone. You have to be faster against Vitality. How's the pace this time? Zen just sees that one along to the side. So with a Chronic there, and again, a Chronic turns it down. That's Alpha's turn. So Team Liquid playing it a little bit safe by their very high standards. Then he has the shot, but he puts it wide.
That was a tough one to read. I didn't think he was even going to make contact. The fact that he got it that close to net was impressive as Radosin pushes this one all the way back. A Chronic there, pushes it up to a toe and can't quite get the hit as things are going to slow down here. 2.5 minutes into overtime. Alpha, little dribble in the air. Nothing going to come of that as Team Liquid once again go back on offense.
So round one, Zen's challenge is a good one. Oski wasn't expecting it to be as powerful as it was. But a way is cleared by a toes bump, and his demo actually into Radosin. Zen wins the race against a Chronic, wants to get the second touch as well. It's not quite there. Could the pass be? That one was a little bit too powerful in the face of Atto. I think that's what Atto wanted. Radosin has a clean hit, and so often, Subi, these players are getting free opportunities to hit the ball however they want. So much space and time in the air, but the defending is there in the end until it finds its way to Oski, and he does win the game.
What a read from a Chronic to catch this ball and then put it top of the box. Absolute filth on that pass, and Oski ends OT with a banger.
We were deadlocked. We were absolutely split between the two teams until a Chronic just ups his pace. It's like he's playing in slow motion there to get that assist. Team Vitality weren't expecting it at all. Thankfully for Team Liquid, Oski was. And Team Vitality, Subi, have now taken their tactical timeout.
You know, down 2-1 in the series, but when you look at the scoreline, they've only scored 1 goal in we'll call it 2.5 games. Because of that overtime, it just seems like Team Liquid figured out how to slow down the offense from Team Vitality. And Cole, in my opinion, the answer to that was, let's fight fire with fire.
Yeah, you have to go up against Team Vitality in the playstyle that they have. You have to try and, out-mechanic them, show them you're not scared of them, because then they'll hopefully respect you in the air as much as you do respect them. But a Chronic's play in the corner, it seemed like a nothing play. Normally when the ball's in your opponent's corner, there's not too much you can do. But a Chronic maneuvering his car to get round it and then slam it into the center, that's something a little bit special from the Portuguese.
Well, and then the soft touch to catch that ball. I mean, the fact that thing just didn't bonk out somewhere else and he was able to maintain control just speaks to volumes on the mechanical player that a Chronic is. The understanding of the physics of the game to be able to catch that one and then get the pass. I mean, it was just so many great defensive stops on both sides of the pitch as we get a look at the replays. A Chronic, 2 saves there, but the catch here and then the pass to Oski, you barely had to slow down there. I mean, he was full boosting the whole way down the field, able to get the power to the right-hand side, and Team Liquid getting some liquid in them right now, trying to hydrate up for the rest of this series.
I mean, it was a smart finish from Oski as well, because there was a plethora of Team Vitality players around, and he had to bypass with the finish. So while it wasn't, the cleanest strike, it wasn't bulleted into the top corner, it was rolled gently, exactly where it had to go. And that's Team Liquid in a nutshell, always improvising their way out of trouble, always knowing exactly what to do, where others would go for the clean challenge or the 50-50. Team Liquid take every opportunity to put as much pressure on their opponents as they possibly can. Team Vitality are now the ones who have to deal with that. They need 3 more games, where Team Liquid only need 2 more games if they are to go to the grand finals in the upper bracket.
I got to tell you, Cole, I really feel like that reverse sweep from yesterday has unlocked a new mentality from Team Liquid. It feels like they could find themselves in a massive hole in a series. Going down in game 1 the way that they did, where it was 6-1, it didn't even seem to faze them. And if they can have a mentality like that, on top of the mechanics and skill that they also have, this is going to be a team that's not only going to make majors and make waves at majors, but this is going to be a team that can win majors.
Oh, so close again from Alpha. Zen first of the floor pinch. It was saved, the reflex save from Liquid. Now Atto charges down the touch. More defending needed from Team Liquid earlier on, but they got away with it yet again. This is the team, Subi, that seems to have been built on disaster. Every first regional for Team Liquid, normally, they struggle, they fail. Give themselves an uphill battle. They never fear the challenge. Maybe they take the lead here, but it's saved by Zen.
They didn't have the opportunity to play at Worlds last year, and you know that they are going to make sure that they are going to be there again. So important to make a statement in the opens of whatever regional it is. And this is the last one for this year. And my goodness, are they making a statement right here, right now?
Well, it's not the first time that Team Vitality have conceded a couple of games in this tournament. Way back in upper bracket round 1, the first round, they conceded 2 to Quadrant. They had to get the game 5 winner. So this roster have faced some peril of their own. And they do it now, and all eyes are on them, and the stakes are higher than ever. Oski does get a great touch to the ceiling. And that gets the catch. Alpha with Zen above him. Sorry, Alpha above him and Zen below him. To get past the two of them, Chronic, but sadly for him, there's no follow-up from his teammates. Now Zen comes forward with the edgeable bump. Alpha, can he turn this one into gold for Vitality? Not quite again. Liquid's
Great
defense
bump.
is holding incredibly strong.
They really are. It doesn't even feel like they're remotely panicked. Just calm, cool, collected on that back line. And the communication on point, except for right there. This one gets away from him, and Alpha 54 was lurking.
Yeah, it's smart play there from Alpha. He gambled on Atto's touch being imperfect. And for once it was, and Alpha gets the easy finish, and maybe Vitality can just build themselves a little bit of momentum, because it has been going against them for the last couple of games. And remember, they're coming off the back of a tactical timeout as well, so whatever they've been discussing, let's see if it continues to pay dividends.
Don't forget how hard it was to find a goal in game number 3. Took 8 minutes to just find one for both teams. So no guarantees that Liquid is going to be able to answer here. Team Vitality doing a great job defensively to continue to deny the offense from even starting, not giving them a chance to even get close to that box. As Oski pushes that one back, and Tao forced to clean that one up. He's going the full length of the field. He's got a flip, he's got a shot, and Zen's got to deny. Great defensive stance from the rookie.
What a save that is from Zen, by the way. Once he got that flip reset, I thought 100% the net was going to bulge, but not with Zen there. Atto will try again. Round Radosin this time. Can he get the second touch, the pass, the flick, the finish, whatever it is? It's in the back of the net, and Liquid do equalize.
I love this. Just go downfield. Bye-bye, see ya. And Alpha plays too close, puts it far post and in. He even had a Chronic waiting in the wings in case that one happened to bounce out. Just a great play there from a Tao. And Team Liquid tie us up.
Bravery from a Chronic as well to be playing in front of the ball there. If Atto had been tackled or blocked, that could have been trouble, but here comes Zen to put more trouble on Team Liquid. Atto reads it on the backboard. Alpha's just going to wait for it, but his touch is imperfect for once. So how much advantage of that can he take? It's to the corner this time. Is anybody arriving from Team Liquid? Not then. And then Alpha does make up for his mistake with some good pace. Radosin puts it at the back. Zen's arriving to the ceiling. That one goes. He gets the second touch. Alpha's up. Alpha almost finishes. A Chronic, not for the first time, not for the second time. Comes from the side to get a huge save.
Oh my goodness. He just always knows where to be. He knows where those shots are going. And he denies that one perfectly. Not only does he get the clutch save, but he gets the clear as well to put that one away from Team Vitality. Oski smartly pushes that one over to the side. A Tao coming from the ceiling there as a Chronic, keeping the pace of play for Team Liquid. And once again, we find ourselves all tied up. Zen puts the shot on again. Too far left. We might be sending ourselves into another overtime here, Cole. These teams so tightly contested.
Yeah, Zen's shooting has just been a little bit wayward this last game. A couple of opportunities, but couldn't quite sink either of them. Can he change that there? We'll politely call that a genius fake, and Radosin makes the most of it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, see you later. 2 players on Liquid. Respect the shot coming from Zen, and you're right, Cole. Beautiful fake on that one as Radosin finishes it off. 33 seconds to go here. Team Liquid, they need one.
Can they get it? Radosin's in his own corner. Oski charges in down. You expect we'll see a faster version of Team Liquid. But Chronic does not want Zen to go to the ceiling. Absolutely masters that domain when he gets the ball high enough. Oski is going to be able to find a Chronic. A Chronic's first touch is good. Can he just get this one as far as Oski?
Yeah.
Oski's waiting, desperate for the ball to fall to him. It's not going to happen this time. Maybe Atto can change that fact. Now it will fall to Oski. He'll beat Alpha. He'll go for the first touch, gets the second. Does he have the redirect? He does!
No
and
way!
Oski gets it in the top of the net with 2 seconds left!
What a brilliant follow-through from Oski. And the redirect. Oh, to get under the ball, to put power on it, to tie the game. Oski, you're amazing.
Vitality just can't breathe with Team Liquid there. They might not even see overtime. Here's Atto. Radosin slams the ball down, takes a deep breath, and sets up next goal wins territory.
Oh my gosh. I'm still reveling at that shot from Oski. Such a clutch play from a clutch player at the perfect time. We find ourselves in our second overtime in a row in this series, and Oski looking to finish it off. The momentum fully has shifted over to Team Liquid.
Oh, that's so awkward though for a Chronic. All he can do is get it as far as Radosin. He tries to make Team Liquid panic more with the backboard touch. Zen's already up, catches the ball beautifully. Oski though, charges him down. As Alpha buys himself half a second of space, but a Chronic was just waiting, knew exactly what Alpha was trying, and gets the ball towards Oski. So there's some time to play with here, but no boost to do so. And it falls to Zen, still attacking both these teams. No one turtling up in overtime this time. Got a feeling this one will be over very quickly. It's just who is the one who has that all-precious goal.
Oh, that was dangerous from Oski. I kind of like that. I like the fact that he showed a challenge and then backed off. Forced Radosin into an awkward position is Oski. An awkward position there. He's forced to go towards midfield, get that boost, and thankfully, Radosin also had to rotate fully out, allow Atto to push that one all the way downfield and make Team Vitality completely reset.
Oh, Alpha. There was a leave there from a Liquid player, which Alpha almost capitalized upon. Tried to readjust his car in the air, but Oski just bulldozed his way through. Wants to get this one over into the center. The pinch is powerful, too much so. Now it's going to fall to Alpha again. Chronic's there. Team Liquid defending deep, but Vitality break through that defensive one demo. Alpha, he tries to put it at the near post. Atto takes it away. So gets the flip reset. And then Atto is challenged by Zen.
Nice try on the challenge there from Zen as well. Love the aggression that we're seeing from him. We're seeing no hesitation from this rookie. That's what it's going to take down Team Liquid and tie this series up right now. Passing plays all over the place. Small ball is the name of the game so far in overtime. Seems like neither team can get a footing on offense.
Yeah, everything is so tight. Players are so close to the ball at all times. Everyone desperate to take a touch of it. Zen goes over the top of Oski, but unfortunately for him, Oski sends him away, but he still gets a touch. That was going to fall so dangerously onto the Liquid players, making something out of nothing, but Liquid keep it at nothing.
Yeah, Radosin, I mean, smartly, wisely, doesn't matter because Alpha 54 takes the pass from Zen and hammers it to the back of the net.
There's Zen, he just gets the most deft flip reset, follows it through towards Alpha, who says thank you very much and does the rest. Team Vitality do have their equalizer. Liquid making them work incredibly hard, but Team Vitality up for the day of work.
Both teams have an OT win. And both teams have now officially used their timeout as Liquid calls one after that one. They want to try and cool off Vitality after that one. But man, it just feels like this one, you could play a best of 101, and it feels like one team would get 51 wins.
Yeah, I agree. They are so close. A couple of overtimes in a row. Different sorts of overtimes as well. One that had tenseness, and one that, you're sort of wondering if the deadlock's ever going to be broken, the 0-0. Then after that, quality goals, 2-2, late comebacks, drama, and then Team Vitality, who had the wherewithal just to smash the ball home when the opportunity arose. It's a beautiful flowing series we've got ahead of us here, Subi, and there's at least a couple of games left. Obviously, we're all hoping this one goes the distance.
You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm not going to be mad if we don't get 7.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be disappointed. Because this one...
Oh, no. You can tell you're a dad with saying things like that, Subi.
Well, these teams, you're playing so well. You're playing your hearts out. We know what you can bring to the field. Don't disappoint us here, okay?
All right. Well, hopefully they will heed your words, or else Subi will be disappointed, and that's something that nobody wants.
I'll take away their electronics for 3 days.
That's probably really bad for them professionally. I feel like that's not
exactly. So bring us to 7.
Okay. Right. Well, they'd really better now. Starting hopefully at Deadeye Canyon. Team Vitality. Does that win give them the momentum?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. If it didn't, I mean, that shot from Oski, my goodness. I'm going to be watching that one a ton. I'm going to see it in my dreams. But yeah, absolutely. The momentum has been swinging back and forth like a pendulum in this series. It started off with Vitality, the massive blowout win in game 1. But this one, to tie them back up, Team Liquid knew how important it was. And the fact that they called a timeout during a series tie shows you that they know that momentum has completely tilted over to Team Vitality, and they want to try and get a little bit of it back by just cooling off Vitality over the course of 90 seconds.
Well, Team Vitality well and truly made the most of their own tactical timeout, and now on Deadeye Canyon we will see if Liquid can do the same. Both teams, should I say, have now used theirs. Reminder, this is to get to the grand finals in the upper bracket. Chronic did not need the touch there.
That's an unfortunate play there, because Oski had him dead to rights. That shot was going to be on target as that one goes across the Chronic, denied by Zen. Great defense there and great peripheral vision to see that shot starting to develop.
Hello, huge backflip there from Atto to send Oski on his way. Team Liquid have started this game a little bit faster again. They had to adjust their pace in the last one, but here comes Zen to the ceiling. Saved by Oski. They're definitely giving him space when he does that, these players, against Zen. They know what he's going to try. They know how powerfully he uses the ceiling. Here's a different attempt. No ceiling this time. It's just a flip reset. Chronic's already there meeting it. Ball goes back to Alpha, and Alpha can take it to the corner.
It's always so impressive to me how these great 1v1 players always find themselves with so much space on the field in midair. I've talked about it for the last year with Daniel. The fact that he's afforded that much space on the field, it just doesn't make sense to me when you know the capabilities that he possesses. Seems like the same thing with Zen, but I don't think it's a matter of his opponents allowing it. I think it's a matter of him creating it.
Yeah, they find themselves in the right place. They take the most of every bit of space they get. Look how much time he seems to have on the ball, but it's all from this first touch.
And a great demo there on the back line as Zen completely goes by one, and last line of defense of Oski isn't gonna help much. Zen puts in the first one from Team Vitality, and if you don't think the momentum swung after that OT win, well, how about after that first goal to take him up here in game number 5?
The scales have definitely tipped in Vitality's favor. The angle isn't that much though. Team Liquid can change it right back with one strike of the ball. Maybe this is it being teed up now. Oski to the backboard. Atto is going to let Alpha do his thing, let him get away, and try and send the ball towards the Chronic. But the Chronic's touch goes exactly where he didn't want it. Backfired somewhat, and that touch from Oski wasn't great either. So Team Liquid just playing with the ball a bit too much in front of their own goal for my liking.
Yeah, a couple too many touches, I agree, as that one goes in, that one goes in as well. A Chronic, they make up for it. He wanted the goal instead of getting the assist to Oski earlier.
There's another change of pace there from Oski. We saw it from a Chronic, I think way back in game number 1, maybe game number 2. There from Oski, going to the corner, getting that one extra touch that Team Vitality didn't expect. And then once that happens, there's no defense left, and there's a clean strike of the ball on the other end.
Oski getting his 3rd assist of the series there. His 2nd to a Chronic. He has just been feeding them boys in blue. As here comes a Tau, tries to get over Alpha, not gonna happen. Zen pushes this one all the way downfield. Awkward one from a Chronic to catch up to, but somehow turns it into a play. Oski looking for the follow and little too tight on the angle.
Good effort, you'll have to try again though. Unfortunately, Team Liquid, no winners this time with that double tap. Oski's now on his own backboard. Zen doesn't want this one, he leaves it to Alpha instead. Then we'll get some boost. Radosin's in front of Alpha. How's his redirecting skills? Not too bad, but not exactly what was needed. A little bit too easy for Team Liquid to deal with. And Atto can now go over the top of Zen. with these sledgehammers swinging wildly at the game. Oski has a Chronic behind him, and he just dances around Zen. Can't quite get away from him, though, at the last. Radosin, I thought for a second that Atto was going to win that race. Wasn't quite to be there. And Vitality to eventually get the ball out of their corner.
Oh, wow. Great defense there from Oski. And just great touches as well. And that one a little awkward. Gets it above Radosin, but look out. Avoids the demo. Avoids Zen. It's a 3v1. Alpha out of the picture, but a Chronic bailed out. Unfortunate situation for Liquid, and it turns into gold for Team Vitality.
Well played, Radosin. There was a really hairy moment for Vitality about 4 seconds earlier. Suddenly, Radosin finds himself with the ball and gets one of the most beautiful styles of goal, in my opinion, the edgeable demo. It's just, there's something special about it, Subi.
It is so frustrating as a defender because you've got to defend all those mechanics coming out, and then when you see that player get in front of that ball, you know what's coming, and you can't avoid it. The aggression, so great to see as Atao, again, too tight on the angle. And that post has been the bane of Team Liquid here in game number 5.
Unfortunate for Alpha going just wide with the redirect. Zen's going to keep it alive, at least for now. Oski, though, does get past him. Chronic's there. How's it? Another attempt at a redirect. That one's on target. Oski's charging it down. It's a little bit too gentle. You have to get even more power than that at this level to break through the Vitality defense. Chronic slams it back down to orange territory. To's coming in against them. That one's going to be over the top of Alpha almost. No, Alpha does manage to his car in the way and pick up a few boosts as well. Gets it over the top of the Liquid defense too. It's not quite in.
30 seconds to go here. They've got about 2 more pushes downfield. First one, don't be overly aggressive. Still cover up that back line. This is a great start.
Oh,
great shot. Great defense from Zen to hold on to the lead. But hold on, Team Liquid not quite done here. Is Oski gonna put another shot on? Denied by Radosin into the corner. And Vitality scrambling on the defensive side.
Atto manages to get himself some boost. He's gonna stay there, desperate for a pass to come into him. Oski tries to get the power. Atto is almost there, but Zen, he managed to make himself big enough to not be bypassed. Here's a Chronic. The double tap's not quite there. Atto has to catch it. Does he have the backwards flick to keep the ball in the air? No, he doesn't. And it's Vitality that go within 1 game of a precious place in the grand final.
1 game away. Match point. It's gotta feel so good for Vitality, with the gamble of putting Zen into the lineup after the success that they found in the winter split. But you see Zen getting the MVP here, and it wasn't just due to the offense. It wasn't just due to the mechanics. It was the defense that shined through in the end to maintain the lead.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see it again. The save from Zen. Here it was. Look at that. The power that Oski got on that redirect, and Zen was still able to get underneath it. And, you know, we're starting to see with these face cams the personalities of these players. Radosin there, after a goal that I'm not sure if it was one he scored or a teammate scored, but the power he was showing. You know, Team Vitality, they're clearly a vocal bunch. They are loudspeakers, and they're not afraid to be heard.
Yeah, I love it. I love players that are animated, that get you involved, that make you a fan. They don't give you a choice. You have to root for them. You love to see the passion. You know, throwback to the way old days. That's why I was such a big fan of classics, especially on LAN. When that boy played, you knew there were going to be some desk slams. You knew there was going to be screaming. And Team Vitality trying to scream here. Look at the pass from Zen. It doesn't go, as Radosin was just a little too far from the play.
Oh, a Chronic dancing in front of your own goal line. Scary. What a save early doors from Team Liquid. There's been nothing wrong with their defense. The number of goals they've limited Vitality to has been impressive. And if they do go on to lose this series, do not bet against them making it back up against Vitality in that lower bracket. Here's Atto. A Chronic wants to take out Zen, but Zen manages to wriggle his way out of the challenge, and Team Vitality up for a challenge of their own.
Got away from the aggressive play from a Chronic, and a Chronic can't get away from that one, gets demoed. All 3 bunched up in that corner, as you see Oski wisely rotating back towards net. Atao gets the save, pushes it to the side, but Alpha afforded a ton of space, denied by Atao again, and Team Liquid starting to become a little discombobulated on the defensive half.
They're holding Vitality out, but just. Alpha has another go. It's met by Atto. Zen there this time. He's got 38 boost. I think he's faking. He's got nothing. So we'll see if Team Liquid fall for that one later. It won't matter now because he's hovering over that 100.
This corner is just turning into a coffin corner for Team Liquid.
They've got it away eventually, though. Now they can come forward towards Vitality. Oski beats Alpha. Radosin was already there, though. This is the sort of style of play that we saw in game number 1, where every time Team Liquid cleared it, Vitality were waiting to come right back at them, have a chance of their own. Zen, a couple of touches, a flick over the top. Panic, pandemonium there in the Liquid defense, but still, the score remains at 0-0. Vitality desperate to make the most of all this pressure. One touch from Radosin makes it so.
They just continue to get bunched up in these corners. 2 go from Team Liquid, and Acronic was already sitting there. I mean, it's just no fault of his own. His teammates kind of pushed him into the wrong place at the wrong time. And Team Vitality capitalize on that one and put themselves for a chance to go into the grand finals.
Atto has this ball in the corner, though. Do not discount Team Liquid just yet. So much time. Each one of these seconds will take an absolute age as far as Vitality are concerned. Acronic, he's just beaten Zen there. Is anyone following through for Vitality? Sorry, for Team Liquid on this occasion. Oski pushes it forwards. They just want to get rid of the ball. They can't do it. Vitality have so much pressure against them. Are they ever going to be able to clear it? Will this ball ever see orange territory again?
It doesn't feel like it. I mean, so far, only 1 shot for Team Liquid, and we're halfway through game number 6. Here comes Acronic, gets the bump on Radosin. Tao trying to keep it alive, just trying to muster some type of offense, but it's not going to happen. As Acronic may have caught Alpha, push forward a little too far, and he does, and he knocks us up.
At this level, if your car is just 1 or 2 car links too far forward, it can have you absolutely punished. Credit to Alpha. He did his best to get back, but it wasn't going to happen. The second his car made contact with that ball, he had no chance of getting back, and Liquid had equalized.
Great vision there from Acronic to notice that Alpha was pushed, like you said, 1 car length too far forward, and that's all it takes at this level of play. But it seems like Team Vitality unfazed by that goal from Team Liquid as Radosin comes off the ceiling, denied by Acronic. And again, these corners just turning into coffins for Team Liquid. Could spell the death of them if they don't clear this ball out.
Yeah, Vitality have to keep their composure here and not get too rushy. They have to remember they've been by far the better team on Neo Tokyo so far. Liquid, for whatever reason in this one, have just been camped back. They're dangerous when they go forwards. Here's Atto. Does he want to get this one to the backboard? He does. Radosin was already there waiting. Chronic's desperate to keep the ball here. It's been so long since it's been here. Oski, lovely double touch. Chronic, how's your follow-up? Zen does the clever thing and just waits. Buys a couple of seconds for his team, gets some boost then. Trusts that Alpha can get this one out of the corner. Atto wants to go up against Radosin, but not quite able to, and Vitality show you how corner defense should be done.
1 minute to go here. This one so tight, so tense. You barely want to blink if you're either team. This one launched all the way downfield. Cole, it just feels like we're sitting on pins and needles right now.
Yeah, it's nervy, incredibly so. But you just know with these players, you can't take your concentration away for a split second because that's all it takes. And there's a double tap somewhere. There's an infield pass played to perfection. And Chronic can be the creator. So he charges him down. That one's going to be towards Alpha, who just gets rid of the ball there. No more time for clever play from Vitality, just has to get rid. Boot it to Rosette. They still haven't managed to do so. Alpha, he's finally up. Wants to dodge Chronic's pre-jump, but can't do it. 15 seconds left now. Liquid pushing all the way to the end whistle in this one. Oski, does he have the pass? It's highest onto the backboard. Radosin has the read. Chronic's turn this time. All Liquid in the last 30 seconds or so, but Vitality just beating them away over and over again until Zen gets the ball and is met by Atto. Another overtime in this series.
Third one to speak of. Just goes to show you how close, how evenly matched both squads are as Oski comes in. Great 50 on Radosin. This one's going to be up, but Chronic didn't get the read. He's got to put it over Alpha, and again, neutral 50 as Zen gets that one over Oski. Going to be a tough spot for a Tao as he's got to Save that one. Great bump. And Radostin gonna punch their tickets to the grand finals. Team Vitality, they've done it.
A slightly heavy touch from Atos, then was on him so quickly. And Radostin, potentially Vitality's most improved player across the season, is the one to punch them through.